Day 8 in the 32 Days of Lingus, where we run down all of the WrestleManias in a row leading up to WrestleMania 32.
In a row?
You can go to lingusmafia.com for all your Lingus Mafia needs.
Follow us on Twitter at RealWrestleLingus.
I'm Cav Manning.
I'm Fauci Walnuts.
WrestleMania 8, Fausti.
This was dubbed as, they had 2 taglines for this WrestleMania because they had a double main event.
Mm-hmm.
You had Friendship Torn Apart and you had the Macho Flair Affair.
But I thought Macho retired last
We were just talking
year.
about this yesterday, how he lost the retirement match.
How time flies. A year later,
and now he's in a double main event, and he's going for the title?
So he wasn't out of retirement for a year because they would have to build this up. So what was he retired for about 2 months probably? And
this was April 5th, 1992 at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis in front of 62,167.
you know what? This WrestleMania gets shit on for some reason. And they say it's not that great. I
Probably because
enjoy it.
they should have flip-flopped the 2 main events, but, God forbid Hogan's not on last.
Well, I understand why he was.
Yeah.
Because they say it's his last match.
Right.
So you would think if it's his retirement match, he should go last.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, the way they end it and finish it is retarded. We'll get to it.
Speaking of last, this is Monsoon's last WrestleMania as a commentator. And the only one that he did the entirety with Heenan, since, as we talked
That's
yesterday.
what's funny is because you always know him about with Heenan. And meanwhile, it's like he barely had WrestleManias with Heenan because Heenan was busy managing.
Exactly.
Gorilla
you stop.
Don't you start. Gorilla and Bobby. So who sings the national anthem? None other than Tito Santana's sister, Reba McEntire.
Joke will never get old.
It won't. And the first match, Mr. WrestleMania versus Mr. WrestleMania. El Matador, Tito Santana, 8 in a row. Versus HBK in his first solo WrestleMania when he turned heel with his I'm Too Sexy for This Crowd jacket with Sherry singing his theme song.
That's when Marty tried to jump through the barbershop window.
Escape. To get away from him. He tried to dive through the window. Sean, I don't know. He's trying to help him back. I thought this was fantastic. This is when I was a fan of Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
The day he put Jannetty through the window, he was full-fledged my man.
I was heartbroken because I was a big Rockers mark.
See, I really didn't. I was like, with the Rockers. They didn't. It was a little too goofy of rock and roll. It's like, it ain't rock and roll. Yeah. Let's all wear tassels, bandanas, and neon outfits. Next, we get LOD interviewed on stage. Paul Ellering is with them now.
Yeah.
And I was like, who in the hell is this guy?
Oh, I know.
I don't know him.
I didn't know him either.
I could care less about him. He's sitting there with his newspaper rolled up. It's like, oh, God, that's his thing. I'm taking a shit after the match. I'm waiting.
It's like the Al Bundy thing. Tuck it under his arm. Ellery just holding it.
Going to my office. Jake the Snake's last Mania match going up against The Undertaker to take him out. And this is when Jake was drugged up.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to WCW because, remember, they were going to give him like $1 zillion, and then ownership or whatever changed.
Whoops.
And they tore up his contract. I'm like, how is that legal to do?
Sorry.
You gave him a contract to leave, and then they gave him quarter what he asked for. Okay, great. The tombstone on the floor to end this match, Jake's head was about 4 feet from the floor.
Well,
I think the tips of his hair from the long hair in the back touched the floor, maybe. Roddy Piper...
He's back.
I could swore he retired at WrestleMania 3. He took some time off. What is he going to do? 5 years. He's getting interviewed, him and Brett in the back. We're talking about the bologna sandwiches that Brett's mother did, and they're friends. And it was a lot of that whole I would have got you stuff leading up to it. Oh, see, I would have got you if I was trying to get you. I would have got you. And you see Piper digging in the belt to put something around his hand. I remember it as it happened because he was digging and digging. It was like very unnatural.
Yeah.
And he was wrapping a belt around his hand. So when he goes to leave, his hand is in his belt.
Mm-hmm.
And Brett turns him around and says, I would have had you. And he pulls out his fist wrapped, and he goes, no, you wouldn't have. So there's, okay, here we go. Match of the night, I would say.
Fantastic.
Brett versus Roddy for the IC belt.
One of the best IC title matches ever.
Yeah.
One of.
$1 Million Dream, old Stone Cold and Bret Hart Survivor Series style. Kicks off the ropes and pins himself with his own move, Bret winning the title.
Awesome.
Luger at his home, all gassed up on roids.
Getting ready for the
WBF. Where
fucking bullshit. I don't know when this came out. I'm like, what is this fucking
I bought
garbage?
the damn pay-per-view, for God's sake.
Oh my
Did
God.
you?
No, hell no.
Oh, how dare you. I support everything. Yeah, Vince, do us a favor and get this shit right now, because I supported everything you do.
Fucking Ico Pro.
Ico Pro, sponsored by Ico. Remember the banners hanging in the Superstars for Ico Pro? Yeah, Ico Pro. It's a new steroid, apparently. The Jetman, you remember these people? I remember.
No.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lend you. You got a VCR? You don't have one. I'd lend you
I do. I can hook it up.
I'd lend you that tape.
And Pound Rusev.
You're gonna have to watch. They put a whole show and a skit, and Vince hosting, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this.
I can just imagine him jerking off to all these.
And so you're ready for Luger to come out, but that's when he got the forearm plate because he got hurt in a motorcycle accident and couldn't be on.
Mm-hmm.
So they give him a look. They said, let's get a peek of the physique. And he goes, listen, a lot of these guys have been training for years. It's only been a couple weeks for me. And he goes, see what a couple weeks of laying off a Snicker bar will do? And he pulls off his shirt, and he's enormous. And then he snaps his fingers, and the girl in the house brings over some milk. She says, give me my nutrition. And he drinks some milk. And this will stick in my head for the rest of my life. He snaps his fingers, the girl come over, and Bobby goes, ooh, you see that? Snap his finger. That's class. That's class. So if I get a girlfriend, I'm going to do that. Snap my finger. Bring me a milk. I'm like, it's classy. Ray Combs is the ring announcer. Add him to the list.
Oh, I don't think I have him on there.
Ray Combs.
They love to get their game show host.
No kidding. Ray Combs was always funny.
Yeah, he was.
He was very entertaining, funny. And so he would do jokes about the guys in the 8-man tag, about Mountie, Repo Man, and the Nasty Boys, saying Repo Man isn't Two-Face because obviously he'd be wearing the other one now. And, just very stupid jokes, obviously. And so, but he was terrified. He ran out of that ring when they went after him.
Oh, yeah.
So it was 8-man tag. As I said, it was the Nasty Boys, Repo Man, and the Mountie. Against Boss Man, Hacksaw, Slaughter. Slaughter's a good guy again.
Yeah,
he got back quick. He said, I want my country back, and got it. Remember all those vignettes he had to do that?
Yep.
Yeah, he was all apologetic, and he wants his country. I'm like, how the hell do you come back from that?
Yeah,
I mean, if you can come back from that, you can come back from anything. He was lighting the American flag.
Oh, my God.
People were threatening to kill him.
After he beat Warrior, wasn't that what he did the first time? He was in the back at the Rumble. He had it on fire. Then Hogan had to go out, put it out.
Hogan crying, holding the flag. But the fourth member...
Fuck Money.
Fuck Money. Who got the pin in this match?
Oh, was it him?
Fuck Money got the pin, baby. Mr. WrestleMania. Fuck Money himself, Virgil. Macho Man, already one half of the main event, versus Ric Flair for the world title.
Ric Flair making his WrestleMania debut.
And where are the pictures of Miss Elizabeth that we've been promised?
Where are they?
Naked pictures of Miss Elizabeth, damaged goods. And there she is with a picture of me by the pool eating my favorite fruit. Remember what it was?
What was it, grapes?
No.
What was it?
My favorite fruit, strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
And the towels, R&L, Rick and Liz.
I remember that WWF magazine, man.
Yes.
Looking at all these pictures.
I have that magazine.
What else were they playing? Pool?
They were playing pool.
Pool.
It was so stupid, the picture. Because Macho's sitting there smiling, looking at her. And it was like, wow, how did they do this? Did you think she was like completely still and they just ran Rick in to do it? Or do you think they actually swapped out a picture? That's a harder thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, don't move, Liz. Don't breathe. Don't do anything. Get Macho out of here and put him back in. So Macho actually wins the belt by cheating.
Yeah.
In an interview in the back, he's like, oh, I don't care that I won by cheating. I don't give a shit. And I was like, wow, yeah, he did get retired last year. Mm-hmm. And he's now the world champion.
Now he's the champ.
Unbelievable.
A year later.
Unbelievable. They do a history rundown of Hogan and Sid. Sid is in the right. This drives me crazy. Hogan is pissed off because Sid threw him out of the Rumble.
Out of the Rumble, yeah.
Sorry, it's fair. Mm-hmm. And I guess he was listening to Jimbo Covert telling him he cheated because he did it from behind. And then Hogan pulls him out from the floor.
Yeah.
Talk about a cheap-ass shit. And then Sid's pissed because he doesn't get... Tunney gives the who's going to be number one contender. Mm-hmm. And who was it on that panel? Do you remember?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
I believe it's Hogan, Macho, Sid, and Piper.
Oh, okay.
And
Pipe.
And they give the thing to Macho, which Sid goes crazy because Sid stood up before they announced it.
Yeah.
And he's crumbling paper, all pissed off. And I'm like, he rightfully should be the number one contender.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Mm-hmm. So I think Sid's in a right, and they do the whole tag match together where Sid just leaves Hogan out to dry.
Yeah.
That's good, too. Tatanka making a debut against the Model, because didn't the Model steal Tatanka's feather to put on his beret?
Yeah, he did.
All the storylines that ran wild.
Oh, man.
Money Inc. tag champs.
Yeah.
Versus the Natural Disasters.
Yes. Well,
yeah.
They won by count out.
Yeah. So, and what's weird is, Money Inc. just leaves.
Yeah.
They go, I don't need this. We'll walk away.
I don't need to wrestle these fat fucks.
Old Tugboat Thomas. And the Canadian Earthquake.
Yep.
The Rocket.
I was going to say, and the Shockmaster.
Oh, there you go. There you go. The Rocket. Yes. Owen Hart versus Skinner. Mm-hmm. The match is 1:30 long.
Yep.
And Owen wrestles in his pajamas.
Pretty much.
I was like, wow, he was at last WrestleMania, but this is Rocket's debut.
Yeah.
It was at the 6th. And we get the spit in the face. Mm. He does a backflip off the rope, top rope. He turns around and Skinner spits that foul chewing tobacco in his face. It's all over his mouth, his face. I'm like, you would think the guy fucking fell from the ceiling with all that shit. It's all over him. Terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Terrible. Hogan's last match, K5. Mm-hmm. I hope everyone's ready. This is the last time we're ever going to see Hulk Hogan wrestle. Ever. 2000 and what was the last? Oh, my God. Now it's Hogan and Sid. It's 15 minutes. Worst shitty ending. Because here's the thing, is that he gets leg drop Sid. Sid kicks out. Mm-hmm. And Harvey Whippleman then runs in.
Right. Supposedly, Papa Shango misses cue. Papa Shango was supposed to do a run-in.
When? Before the kick out?
That's why he had to kick out.
Oh, no shit.
Right.
That's a long miss.
Yeah.
Because he came out way later. Right. I never heard that rumor that he was supposed to...
I had heard that on various things. I even looked it up again.
So is that probably why Harvey ran in? Kind of like, right. I got to get...
Yeah.
Nobody's here. I got to interfere now. Huh. Because I was like, geez, look at Sid. He did not get pinned by the leg drop. He kicked out of it.
Yep.
I wonder if he's the whole time laying there going, where the fuck is he? You know, and pissed off. And then we get, of course, the DQ from that, and Papa Shango shows up. And how about this? Gorilla refers to him as Psycho Sid.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, and Bob even says, didn't you call him Psycho Sid before? And he's like, yeah, he's crazy or something. I'm like, hey, how about that?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed Sid's music back then.
Oh, yeah.
That was good music. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. Shango shows up, and the fake Ultimate Warrior shows up.
Yeah. They always
I love that everyone's like,
because he's got shorter hair.
It can't be the really him. Yeah, short hair, and he was shrunk.
Yeah.
Luger said, hey, give me back some of my shit.
Mm-hmm. So then Hogan, he had his last match, and he had to lose. He left because of the steroid scandal, apparently. Because that's what was going on at that point. So that's why they told Hogan, you need to go away.
No shit.
Yeah. And this was what sucks.
Because that was the whole thing. We don't know if it's his last. Right. It was a lot of that. It wasn't, here's Hogan's last match.
Mm-hmm. And a couple other things. Well, first of all, with all that being said, it sucks because this is when it should have been Flair versus Hogan.
Yeah.
Really.
Totally should have been Flair and Hogan.
Flair
we never
won
got
the Rumble for the vacated title.
Never got Flair Hogan in WWF.
Which...
It's amazing that they gave that. They had it.
Yeah.
They gave it away.
But then I guess they kind of had to take it away from Hogan if he's going away, but they still put him in the main event and everything anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. And another note I had read was, remember Flair had bladed during his match?
Yeah.
And so I guess there was a not a no drug, but
No
a no blood policy.
Really?
And so since it was obvious, because when you watch the match, you can see Flair.
See him doing it?
Visually just like, hey.
Excuse me, I need to cut myself.
Because they said he was fined like thousands of dollars because of that. And Brett had actually bladed too, but Brett had done it on the sly, so they didn't find him.
Oh, really? Because I know, Brett was a disaster.
Yeah.
He was really bloody.
And apparently
Did he just admit to it like later on, that like years later?
Yeah,
I cut myself.
So. The British Bulldog was supposed to go against the Berserker, but this match was scrapped due to time constraints.
Huh. That's a good match to get rid of, though.
And then our rest in peace list is Roddy Piper, Big Boss Man, Randy Savage, Earthquake, Owen Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Paul Bearer, and Ray Combs.
There you go. Well, that's it for the 8th day of 32 days of Lingus.
And we got many, many days left.
I'm Cav Manning.
I'm Fausti Walnuts.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.